Today, we're going to dig into the future of work in the age of AI. And we're going to use a really fascinating deep dive from the McKinsey Global Institute as our guide.
So let's just get right to it. This is the question on literally everyone's mind, right? Most of what you hear out there is all about whether AI is going to lead to these huge job losses. And look, it's a totally valid concern, but it is not the whole story. Not even close.
The core idea we're going to unpack today is that the future of work isn't about people versus machines. It's about a partnership between people, agents, and robots, all of them powered by AI. The real change here is how we're all going to collaborate with our brand new intelligent digital teammates.
So to really get our heads around this, here's our game plan. First, we'll look at the new kind of teams that are forming. Then, we'll dive into 7 ways our jobs might be reimagined. And we'll see how our own skills are going to need to evolve. After that, we'll zoom out to see the massive economic opportunity that's at stake. And we'll finish up with the crucial role of leadership in, getting this all right.
Okay, first up, let's meet our new team members. Instead of thinking about all this abstract technology, just try to picture them as new digital and physical coworkers who are here to help us get the job done.
So what even is an agent? Well, think of it as your virtual coworker. Agents are the machines that handle the non-physical, the cognitive work. They're built for tasks that involve things like reasoning, processing information, and communication. Basically, they're here to seriously boost our brain power.
And on the flip side, we've got robots. Now, these are the machines that do the physical work, the ones that actually interact with the real world. They're the ones augmenting our physical abilities, doing everything from working on assembly lines to managing warehouse logistics.
Okay, get this. Based on the technology we have today, about 57% of all the hours we currently work in the United States could, in theory, be automated. Now, before you panic and start updating your LinkedIn, let's add some really critical context here.
This is so important. That 57% number, it represents technical potential. It is not a prediction of job losses. Automation affects individual tasks, not entire jobs. This means our roles are going to evolve, not just disappear. And it's definitely not going to happen overnight. I mean, think about it. Big changes like electricity and industrial robots took decades to be widely adopted.
So that brings us to these 7 work archetypes. And they are a super helpful way to see how our own jobs might be reimagined in this new kind of partnership.
I want you to think of all work existing on a kind of spectrum. On one end, you've got people-centric jobs. These are the roles where uniquely human skills like empathy, complex social interactions, and nuanced judgment are everything. Then, on the other end, you've got agent or robot-centric roles, where the machines have the highest potential to perform most of the tasks.
This slide gives you a feel for some of those collaboration models. You've got people-centric roles like nurses. They're going to stay mostly human-led. Then you've got people-agent roles, where humans like teachers will work really closely with AI. In agent-centric jobs, like accounting, AI agents could do most of the tasks but under human supervision. And in people-robot roles, you'll see construction workers working right alongside physical robots. The truth is, most of us will probably fall into one of these hybrid categories.
This brings us to a really vital point, our skills. AI is not going to make our abilities obsolete, but it will fundamentally change how we use them. Our skills aren't just disappearing, they're evolving.
And check this out. Look at the massive overlap here. A whopping 72% of the skills employers want today are used in both automatable and non-automatable work. So our skills are still highly relevant, we're just going to apply them differently. For example, a researcher is going to spend way less time gathering data and a lot more time using their expertise to ask the right questions and interpret the results the AI gives them.
To get even more specific, researchers came up with something called the Skill Change Index. It's this really powerful tool that measures how much a specific skill could be exposed to automation by the year 2030. It helps us see exactly where the biggest shifts are going to happen.
This chart is a perfect example. A human-centric skill like coaching has really low exposure to automation, but a routine, data-driven task like invoicing, well, that has very high exposure. This shows so clearly how AI is going to handle all that routine work, freeing us up for the tasks that really need a human touch.
Okay, so let's zoom out from our individual skills to the bigger economic picture. Because this isn't just about efficiency. This is about unlocking a tremendous amount of economic value by totally reimagining how we work.
By 2030, AI-powered agents and robots could generate about $2.9 trillion in economic value in the U.S. every single year. I mean, that is just a staggering opportunity. But the big question is, how do we actually get it?
And here's the secret. The key isn't just plug in an AI tool into an old process. The real value gets unlocked when organizations redesign their entire workflows from the ground up, building new processes around people, agents, and robots all working together seamlessly.
Take a sales workflow, for instance. In this redesigned process, AI agents can handle all that time-consuming early stuff, identifying and scoring thousands of leads, maybe even automating the first outreach email. This frees up the human sales team to focus on what they do best, building relationships, really understanding a client's needs, and closing those complex deals. Now that is what true partnership looks like.
So how do we get there? This future isn't just going to happen. It's not predetermined. It really depends on the choices all of us make today, and that requires proactive, really thoughtful leadership.
Leaders need to be thinking about future value, not just quick, short-term gains. They have to build a culture that encourages trying things out and learning. And crucially, they've got to equip their managers to lead these new hybrid teams. And they absolutely must invest in preparing all of us for the new skills and roles that are coming.
Because ultimately, the success of this whole transition won't be about the technology itself. It's going to be decided by our investment in people, investing in our skills. That's how we expand human potential and make sure the incredible benefits of AI are shared by everyone.
So it's pretty clear the future of work isn't some solo competition against the machines. It's a team sport, combining the very best of human intelligence and artificial intelligence. The only question left is, are you ready to play?